Yeah, what's up, people? Good evening, and my name is Shegun Olo, and it's about time we get started tonight on the trending topics in Nigeria. So, without wasting much time, I'm going to start by talking about the police force. Well, the Nigerian police has finally redeployed Mr. Yomi Shogunle of the Complaint Response Unit. A lot of you remember him as the man credited with statements like "speak pidgin to the police" and not Queen's English. And then afterwards, there has been so many things credited to him that were actually controversial, including comments like asking people, uh, to do some things that people are like, how can you be telling this to Nigerians who are dying daily from the hands of unscrupulous men of the police force? It's uncouth, and it doesn't make sense. So many things about Mr. Yomi Shogunle, although there are also some positives about him. He had done so much works with respect to, I mean, instituting the police complaint response unit and making sure that it becomes one phenomenon that is so much of a good deal for the police. But suddenly, somehow, it started becoming controversial that made so many Nigerians begin to suspect that is not stable. But whatever the case, Mr. Yomi Shogunle, we wish his best. Well, the news is that he has now been deployed to Ebonyi State, where he will be an area commander. We wish him the very best. One thing about the police that we all should know is that it's an institution. It doesn't belong to any individual. So no matter how good you are or how controversial you think you can be, or how much of things you think you can spring up or provoke people and all that, note that even if you have one person that's like an organ at the top who loves you so dearly and is using you, at some point in time the leadership will change and you don't own the police. You were not the first person there. I remember I know personally one-on-one Frank Umba, who was the police spokesperson. Whether it was good, whether it was bad, different people had different opinions about him. But at some point later, it was moved. Later became DPO of Panti in Lagos. That was the last place I saw him. I don't know if he's still there or he has moved, but I didn't check back. Alright, so much for that. Let's move on to the next item. In Lagos, Computer Village became controversial, with many people protesting against the so-called imposition of Iyaloja of the tech hub. So many people are saying, how can you impose Iyaloja in a tech hub like Computer Village? So I even saw one cartoon of some people alleging that Steve Jobs will be rolling in his grave. That how can you impose a feudal bureaucrat, who has no specific function or relevance in the techie world, on techie people somewhere in Nigeria. So while the news is that some people actually protested how many days back at the Computer Village, saying that it is wrong to impose Iyaloja in a place like Computer Village. And as you can see there, that's one of the protests. Computer Village is a symbol of ICT in Nigeria, not a symbol of pepper sellers. That's some of the comments made by the protesters at the Computer Village, saying that it is wrong. Well, going to social media, there are some reactions already. I'll read some of them now. Emeka, I won't have to read the name, but you can see it for yourself. I'll just rush through the comments. Someone says it is so absurd and illogical to install an Iyaloja and Babaloja in Computer Village. It does not make sense and cannot fly in the face of reason. Let me take more comments there. Somebody else says, yeah, okay, the same person I think says, Lagos is now Tinubu and Sons Limited. They are robbing the downtrodden to feed wantonness and greed. Yes, another comment saying, considering this, the imposition of Babaloja and Iyaloja on Computer Village with a huge money flow in the market is an attempt to enrich those benefiting from the hardships of millions of Lagos traders, while adding the traders to the list of their victims. That the Iyaloja of Lagos, a post not recognized by the constitution, could threaten citizens of the country given rights by the constitution is a farce. And that was the protest, as you can see there. So that's as far as Iyaloja Babaloja matter is concerned, and so many people are still protesting. What do you feel, people? Let us start having reactions coming in. I can see some of them already coming in. So I would aggregate all of this and talk about them later. Let's move on to the next matter that is currently trending. Well, some of you are already aware of the raid on Abuja nightclubs by police twice already in 1 month. And then the first time we were told that some of the ladies or sex workers that were raided had to part with either money or build themselves in kind. You understand that, right? Some of them had to part with money to get freedom, and others had to pay in kind for their bail. Well, paying in kind would not necessarily be the issue, but the brutal processes of it and the abuse thereof is what made it newsworthy. So many persons were reportedly abused among the arrested sex workers in Abuja. Well, it then sparked controversy as to whether we should be asking questions. Do we begin to ask questions as to whether it is legal to run a strippers club in any city in Nigeria, or maybe FCT has a separate rule? If there's a separate rule in FCT, why not shut the club down, nightclub down, rather than arresting prostitutes? And why are you only arresting the females? What about the male counterparts? Because if it is a traders market who are trading their bodies, definitely they have people patronizing them, patrons or patronizers, if you like. Let's blend the English. All right. So if they have patrons, how about you just let us arrest both males and females and sue them to court? And what are you going to sue them for or charge them with, so that we know exactly if it is a crime to be a sex worker in the face of unemployment in the country? All right. So why license people to run nightclubs with prostitutes, and you don't shut down the nightclubs and you're arresting the prostitutes? What exactly is the issue? You are not picking the owner of the place to say, oh, why would you allow this? It's against the law, and let them know what section of the law they are contravened. Otherwise, why is it wrong? I don't know. Well, there are some reactions already on social media, and we'll quickly run through some of them. Somebody says one of these ladies arrested as a 2-month-old baby. She wasn't allowed, and I understand this is from one activist and a lawyer. She wasn't allowed to breastfeed her baby by CRO and charged on duty despite continuous plea amidst tears. It took the intervention of a female police officer who called the DPO to overrule the decision of the inspector at the time. Another commentary is, okay, I'm still reading from a report. Martin Obono, a lawyer and activist, said he witnessed when the women were brought to a police station in Utako, Abuja on Saturday night. So that is the person whose comment I just read about a woman who was not allowed to breastfeed a child after the arrest. The joint task force that arrested some of these girls have been allegedly molesting and assaulting them. Some even showed the bruises and bleeding in their privates. Mr. Obono wrote on his Twitter handle, although prosecution is illegal in the Nigerian capital, law enforcement officials have used it. Although prostitution is illegal, law enforcement officials have used it as an excuse to assault and harass women who go out at night in the city. Do you understand this? This simply means that in Nigerian capital FCT, prostitution is said to be illegal, right? Okay, which might explain for why they can't shut down the places, but they go and arrest people well, sex workers patronizing these places. All right, and then you are not providing them employment. You are depriving them of fundamental human rights after arresting them. Somebody especially who wants to breastfeed their child, you won't let her breastfeed. The child is completely innocent, and you are punishing the child. I do not think that's morally correct, but well, there are so many people out there who will be extreme in their comments, right? So let the comments keep coming, and then let us also continue. If it is illegal in the FCT, how about you just let the places that are bringing them on and using them to spruce their businesses up, shut those places down, so that it doesn't just look like human punishment, or sorry, human capital. I don't know if prostitution is human capital. I joke too much, right? Anyways, let's move on. When the officials raid the nightclubs, they hardly arrest any man. Okay, I think I mentioned this before, but arrest women they believe as scantily dressed and accuse them of prostitution. As is often the case, many of them would either have to bribe their way to freedom or allow themselves to be sexually abused by the male police officers. Those who decline to do either could be charged to court on Monday. Let me move on from this and to the next matter. The next matter I want to mention is about Ramadan in Kano. Ramadan is by the corners, right? Ramadan is by the corners, and someone was arrested in Kano for eating in public. Someone was arrested for eating in public, and people have been warned. See, Ramadan is coming. You don't eat in public. Even if you want to eat, keep it secret to yourself at home. Don't distract other people who are fasting in public. It's a public affair here. Alright? And then, aside from that, they have said that people will be arrested, and that it is only when a doctor's report shows that you might be permitted to eat because of a critical condition. There must be certain doctor reports that is verifiable before you can be allowed to eat in Kano during Ramadan. Now that is to say that but they then further said something, that even if doctor confirms you to be healed, it is not licensed for you to eat in public. I'll come back to that, and then we'll take that shortly now after this. I see your comments already coming in. Let's talk about these issues that we have itemized. If you joined since the beginning, if you joined late, you can always play back and put your comments, or join and comment based on what you meet while you joined. Alright, so let us interact with these news items. Yomi Shogunle has been moved to Ebonyi State to become the new area commander in Ebonyi, away from police complaint response units. We also talked about Iyaloja issue in Computer Village, the tech hub, and then we are now talking about Kano State and the Ramadan period, where people are not allowed to eat during Ramadan. But I'll go into detail shortly after this break to talk about the Ramadan ish. Don't go away, I'm still around. I just want to play my usual music that I normally do on the show. Alright, have it.
The whole idea about your environment must represent the music and the arts. So when the artist is
Ramadan.
African shrine.
holy. You show us the pressure, you taught us the grinding, you taught us the molding.
So I think as far as Africa is concerned.
Alright, so let's get on to the next matter, which is the Kano fasting Ramadan period. Well, so let me quickly read some little report, little reactions. According to the Kano Isba, anyone caught eating in public during the month of Ramadan will be arrested and will only be released after provision of a doctor's medical report. Right, and this is the headline that we read on one of the social media blog sites. Sharia police arrest those eating in public during Ramadan in Kano. We are getting somewhere. Oh my Dalagboro long. Speaking with the BBC, the Isba boss, those arrested will be released when they can provide proof of illness via a medical report from a doctor that exempts such persons from fasting. Usman, who is the person who spoke on behalf of the Isba, said even with the exception later, the person will be warned not to repeat such before being released. He said Ramadan was a special month for Muslims, and anybody that practiced Islam must fast. Must what? Fast. Usman said we do this kind of operation yearly and we will continue it this year. The aim is to get every Muslim to respect the month of Ramadan. Even if a doctor says you should not fast, that doesn't mean you should eat in public while others are fasting. I think the matter here is about where you eat. Even if you have to eat. Okay. Even if you have to eat, keep it to yourself. Don't let anybody know. You must go and hide in the bush if you must eat during Ramadan. So even if you don't practice Islam, if you are a Christian residing in Kano, if you want to eat, don't do it in public. Nigeria. Okay, so we'll get to the comments just shortly now. I'll start reading the comments now. I just want to do, I like music. Some of you know already. Yeah, I just want to do a little of music also here. Permit me, sorry. Let me do Larry's Safari here. I think this is directly relevant to what we are doing.
Listen, if you talk, you go buy. You no talk, you go buy. Some no one buy. Yeah. If you talk, you go die. You no talk, you go die. We all go die. Yeah. Listen, time to come, time to come, time to come, time to come, time to come. Make we wake up. Time to come, time to come, time to come, time to come, time to come. My people wise up. I say my people they suffer, so we just they holla, we they wait for the sky God. I say my people they suffer, without the rapper, we they wait for the men of dogs. Why all this nonsense? Yes. Why religion no make sense? If you truly believe in the church, I said I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, me I don't want to know. If you believe in the pastor, I said I don't want to know. If you believe in the imam, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Free yourself from mental slavery.
let's get back to it. Uh, Bamjoshi, if it applies to Muslims only or non-Muslims, well, they said in Kano, don't eat in public, meaning that, well, there's one part of the report that says, for as long as you practice Islam, you must fast. There's another part of it in the statement that says, even if you have to eat, don't do it in public, meaning that it might be a distraction to other people who are fasting. I don't know. See, you if you drive in Lagos, for instance, you see a lot of people who practice prostitution. If you drive through Allen, you see people doing their different things. There will be church, beside it there will be strippers club, beside this there will be at tomato market. Everybody doing their thing. I don't understand. If you don't want to do something, you will not do it. If you want to do it, you will do it. So it doesn't have to do with whether you eat. I'm just talking my own opinion, right? It doesn't matter whether you eat in public before those that want to fast will be tempted to eat. Alright? So not everybody wants to fast during Ramadan. Some want to fast for 5 days within which their capacity allows, and after which, do you understand it? They want to break it. Day 6, day 7, they want to eat and join back the 8. Do you understand it? So I think those that are alleging that or instructing that everybody must fast during Ramadan, I don't understand what they are driving at. It's a matter of choice. So whether people will be tempted to eat because they sight other people eating during Ramadan is a question of individual choice. What I feel, if you eat because other persons are eating in public, means you never wanted to fast in the first place. I have friends in Lagos who are Muslims. They don't care whether you are eating. If they want to fast, they will fast. If they see you eating, they'll be the ones to walk away. Do you understand it? They'll be the ones to walk away. Alright. So one man went to mow has been the one commenting things. I don't understand. Who told you I'm a vlogger? And how am I talking trash? How am I a critic? Shegun is a noisemaker. Alright, it's okay. I think we shouldn't make this thing to be about me. Whether I make noise or not, for as long as I coming here repeatedly means that you are enjoying the show. So hang on. Alright. Let's talk about the topic itself. Alright, let's not make it about me. David Ubani says one man went to mow, you're already denying yourself. Let's not make it about individuals here. Let's talk about the topics. Well, anyways, if you don't think you want to talk about the topics, those of you that are watching on a playback, the topics are about Iyaloja of Tech Hub. What do you feel about it? About fasting in Kano and why people shouldn't eat in public. What do you feel about it? And about we also talked about raid of Ashawos in Abuja. What you feel about it? I mean, these are topical issues. Let us not major in minor things and minor in major things. These are major things. These are things that are affecting our brethren. These are things that are affecting everybody as citizens of this country. Alright? One man went to Mo says, of course I enjoyed the show, I'm a fan, but you are still a noisemaker. As far as I enjoying the noise, just hang on. Halim Bello said that guy went to Mo or Moon is a no. Let's not attack one another. Police cannot be attacking us, federal government oppressing us, and we are still attacking one another. Come on, we shouldn't be doing this. All right, you can attack me. I'm free. I like this. All right. Let's say it how it is. They are trying to push the Islamization of Nigeria agenda. That's Samaya on YouTube. Blue Queria says Shegun, please carry on with your conversation. We are listening to you. Of course, you know me, I'm not deterred. Larry Safari, Baba Shege, right on here on point. By the way, Larry Safari is the maker of this song I just played. I didn't even know he's watching live right now. Let's enjoy the game once more.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I did vex so
Safari.
On the door.
On the door.
Free yourself. Free yourself. Free yourself. I did vex. Free yourself. I did vex. Some they call me pagan, pagan, pagan. Then they say I be Satan, Satan, Satan. Cause I believe I be winner, winner, winner. Stop calling me a sinner, a sinner, sinner. If you truly believe in the church, oh, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, oh, me I don't want to know. If you believe in the pastors, oh, as I don't want to know. If you believe in the imam, oh, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh, lo, lo, lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh, go, go, go. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Listen now. Oyibo come deceive us, deceive us, deceive us. Then come bring that Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Even the story about Jacob, my ancestors make you save us. My people make gonna wake up, wake up, wake up. If you truly believe in the church, oh, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, oh, me I don't want to know. If you really believe in the Bible, I don't want to know. And if you really believe in Quran, oh, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh, lo, lo, lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes.
God is not a Christian, God is not a Muslim. That's the idea. Alright. Whatever you choose to believe on is your decision, alright? So I am not interested in what you choose. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, it's individualistic decision, alright? I remember that one of the reasons one lady said she would never marry somebody like me was that I told her, oh, if I have kids, I'll take them to the church, I'll take them to the mosque, I'll take them to the shrine, and I'll let them all grow up and choose whichever of the religions they prefer. I'll let them choose. You know, it will not be like, oh, you grew up as a Christian and you lock into Christianity, or you grew up as a Muslim and you lock into Christianity, or you grew up with the traditional religion and you lock into it. No, that would be too narrow for a life. I think everybody should be liberal. Open them, expose your children to all the religions that you are aware of. Let them know a little bit of everything and everything of something. Let them know something about everything and everything about something, so that they have explanation, they can compare, they can have broader worldview, and they can decide whether it's worth it or not. Alright. So because I said this, the lady said, no, I cannot marry you. And I said, well, it's a choice. I'm not going to force you. I love you, but I can't force you. I'll let you make your decision. I'm a liberal person, very, very completely liberal. I'll let you know what my thought is. I'm not a rigid person. Don't make mistake. I'm just like, whatever decision you make is personal, right? Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, is personal. Alright. So God created blacks, created the whites, as we call them, different races, created different regions, even within the same country, different tribes, different languages. What do you think it is about? It is to spice. It is about spicing life up. You know, it is to spice life up so that there will be varieties to interact with. You know, why would I narrow myself? God bless the solutions, everybody. Uh, so okay, yes, one of Bamjoshi, you're correct. One of these days I'll bring a Sharia law scholar on this show. Thank you for bringing this suggestion. We'll work on that, Bamjoshi. One man went to Mao, says Islam should be banned. It is a crime against humanity. I don't think it should be banned. People should be allowed to practice their religions, my opinion. Uh, so, as we're saying, the lady decided, oh, I will not marry you, Shegun. I cannot. No, no, no. I want my children to just be going to strictly church. And I asked her a question. I said, for what reason? He said, because I want them to make heaven. And I said, well, if they will go to heaven because they went to church, what do you think God will make of people who went to mosque? Will they go to hell? He said, well, it is their problem. And I said, okay, sorry, madam. How did you grow up? As a Christian or as a Muslim? She said she grew up as a Christian. Okay, from a Christian background? She said, yes. Okay, madam. Because you grew up from a Christian background, what if you were born in the core north and your both parents were Muslim? What are your chances? The chances that you grow up as a Muslim, would they be higher than chances of becoming a Christian? She said, I don't want to answer that. I said, okay, you know what? Those people you see wearing veil over their heads who are staunch Muslims, what do you think about them? Do you think they are wrong people, or do you think God will hate them or something? She said, well, she doesn't want to answer that it is still their decision. I said, so it's the same way it is your decision to be a Christian and to go to whatever church you choose among the Christendom or within the Christendom. Alright, so if it is your choice to choose which church to go, and it is your choice to choose whether you want to be a Christian, it is also their choice to decide whether they want to be Muslims. Alright, so don't judge anybody based on religion. And I don't think God is a Christian. I don't think God is a Muslim, and I don't think God will decide whether you are perfect in His sight based on what church you attend or what mosque or what asalatu you worship at. It's individual decision, and I'm not even sure whether you would miss heaven if it exists. I'm not sure you will miss heaven because you don't go to church or mosque. And I'm not also sure you will make heaven if it exists. I'm not sure you will make heaven just for the sheer reason that you go to church or sheer reason that you go to mosque. So you can't be the judge in your case. Nemoji dex kaswaswa, the legal mark said. Alright, so that is on the side that it is. Alright. So let me take a few more comments and then we close it tonight. It's been a fantastic night. One man said the real reason why she said no is because you're not handsome. Women don't say no to me. Oh, this one already said yes. One man, this one already said yes, she loves me, but that she wanted to study me before agreeing to marriage, right? So testing me meant that she took me to a church and she was observing me. So she came back to tell me that her findings include that I don't pay offering, I don't I don't pay offering, I don't pray. And I said, well, the reason I don't say all those prayer points like ja, 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 fire, fire, fire is because I don't believe our problems in this country are spiritual, so I cannot be praying about the problems of the country. Number two, the reason I cannot pay offering is that I believe that she took me to one headquarter of a church, in Ibadan. It's a provincial headquarter. I don't want to name the name of the church, but as I say, it's a provincial headquarter. Some of you will understand. It's a big church that will intimidate you. All right. So I said, if I take a cup of water to the ocean and I pour it in the ocean, would it make any impact? She said, no. I said, if I take the same cup of water and give to somebody who is thirsty on the road, would it make an impact? She said, yes. I said, so I'll be saving a life by giving a cup of water to somebody who is hungry or thirsty on the road, and I think I prefer that. All right, but she wanted somebody who is committed, who is devout in the church, uh, who is not in ties, wearing suits, always arrive at the church every, before the service commences, joins the prayer meeting, becomes climbs up the ladder and become a pastor. I don't know how to pretend. I cannot be lying to myself, even if I want to pretend to somebody. So because of that, I love her, but I had to tell her, okay, make your choice. I'm not going to pretend, and I'm not going to lie to myself. I was in this community of churchians before, but I don't think I want to do that anymore. I'm sorry. The reality is I cannot deceive you because I want to claim that I want to prove to you that I love you. Uh, Make your choice. Be free, please. And then she said her choice is that she wants to go back to the church and look for somebody who wears suit and not tie, and becomes a pastor, gets committed to, according to how she put it, committed to the work of God. And I'm like, well, it is not the work of God to just be going to church and enriching your pastor that wants to buy a private jet at the expense of the poor people whose money you are collecting to build mansions and buy private jets and build schools that they cannot attend. I don't think that is what God wants us to do. I don't think that Jesus Christ would do that. I don't think that Jesus Christ will be building mansions where people who have not eaten will be coming in to worship, and then he will still ask them to pay the last of their purse when they are hungry. I don't think Jesus wants to do that. So I don't think these people in your church are Christians. I think they are just doing a business. All right. So she didn't like the way I put it, and then she said, well, Mr. Man, so that is to answer one man. It's not about being handsome. I know I'm not that handsome. In fact, who handsome help? There are so many handsome people who are going into marriages and then it crashed less than a year. So it's not about being handsome. I know so many people who you will not consider to be handsome, and their marriages have lasted. They are celebrating silver, and jubilee anniversaries, and I'm happy for them. All right. So everything God has created is beautiful in His time, in their time. All right. So if you say I'm not handsome, hello, I don't think I'm ugly. One man, if they put me and put you, saying, I'm not talking about shaku shaku girls. If they put me and put you in the market, girls will prefer me to you. One man went to move. Forget how handsome you look. All right. Aston to DK, she just divorced. She had a divorce with Churchill. Churchill looks handsome by your standard, right? I may not look as handsome by your standard, but I'm sure it's not about that. Forget that shit. Ladies, when they want to marry, look for responsible men like me. They are not looking for whether you carry beer or carry. All right. So they are looking for responsible men to marry. They are not looking for somebody who will shatter their hope. According to what you wrote in that last, and I should not even be making matter about you after all. So, but let me just answer you in one breath. All right. You said no lady has rejected you, meaning that you are not responsible. All right. You go from one lady to another, none of them reject you. Taste this, taste this, taste this. You are not responsible, Mr. One Man. By my own judgment, based on what the data is supplied on this show. All right. So, whatever it is, Bamjoshi, yes, humans created religions, and by extension, there's an argument that says that humans create God. People create God. God didn't create human. It is the reverse instead. All right. So, God didn't create human. Humans create God. The explanation is that when you pray, when you close your eyes to pray, what do you imagine? There's a formation in your head. You create something. All right. You create something. What you create, that you see that you are communicating with when you close your eyes in church and you're praying, is your God. So God didn't create man. Instead, it is the reverse. Humans create their gods based on what they imagine when they pray. The same thing applies to if you kneel down and you are bowing before either a pulpit or Holy Mary statue, or you are drawing your praying and counting your rosary, or whatever you are playing with that represents the presence of God to you, you are the one creating your God by forming something in your mind while you are in the act of prayer. So man creates God, not the other way around. It's left for you to agree or disagree. It's hypothetical, The concept of whether God is a Christian is also hypothetical, alright? So let's continue, and I'm rounding off already. Think about, one man says, think about it. There are about 3 billion people in India and China, and most of them don't. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the complete of that. Okay. Yes, but I guess where you're going is that most of them are not Christians. Yeah, and most of them are not Muslims. Will God put all those 3 billion people in India in lake of fire in hell? I get that. Yeah, I'm assuming for you. I'm just filling in the gaps. I didn't see the full comment. Solutions: I believe in God, but we need to solve our problems and we need to think more. My religion is important, but we have to live very well. We have to think, respect each other, and care for our people. You know, God created the varieties so that it can spice up life. Life would be boring if everybody is Yoruba. Life will be boring if everybody is black. Life will be boring if all of us speak the same language. Life will be boring if all of us are males or all of us are females. So God created the diversities so that it can spice up life. So it is your own problem if you don't enjoy life by narrowing yourself to just one thing that you grew up with your parents. You have to, learn about every culture and mix properly. My own thoughts. All right, Mark Asinye. How would you spend a day for this show you want to sponsor? Well, on the average in a day, I spend, like, say, I spend average of 5k if there's electricity. Average of 5k, but sometimes I spend as much as 10k. 10k because I don't use just one network to stay online, because it's a live show. It's not something pre-recorded and uploaded. It's a live show. As you can see, comments are dropping live, so it's a live show. Yes, I open line for call, Christopher, or call relay. I open line for calls, but tonight I'm not doing call in. Alright, one of these days, maybe tomorrow, we should do calling to talk about a topic. If you check on this channel, you see some topics we did before, and we open the lines and people call into the show. So it's a live show, so we do calling. So to the person who was asking how much I spend on a daily basis, average of 5k per day, because I subscribe at least 1k per network. I combine networks, and I pay to subscribe to something that binds all the networks together for me and protects my IP, because sometimes I discover that they target my network during the election, especially when I'm talking about new ideology and new people coming into politics, and I'm talking about, I'm exposing how APC and PDP have ruined Nigeria. They target my network and they shut me down. Some of you had been following my show for a while now will understand that sometimes when I come online, the network will just shut down. So I had to invest into something that combines networks for me to be able to stay afloat and protect my IPs at the same time. So it's not cheap, and at the same time, I also spend on a monthly basis to subscribe to another service that helps me stream across platforms. Like, as I'm speaking with you right now, this show is live on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook simultaneously. So that one is on a monthly basis. That costs me some money too. All right. So, and then somebody is asking me, how do I make money? This isn't about money making. This is about educating and orientating people. Very soon I plan going to secondary schools to be talking to secondary school students before the next 4 years, so that we can capture the next set of voting population for who are in their formative stage. I have a lot of assignments. It's not about money making. If I get any money, it is to reinvest it back to be able to sustain the show and to advance to reaching to more people, right? So I get some money from donations from people. All right, I get money from donations from people. There's no profit in this show, by the way. Yes, Google AdSense pays some little, but it's never enough because you have to. Light is there. There's no electricity in this country, Light is there, subscription is there, crew are there, and I'm already assembling more people that could be going together. One man says he suspects that Shegun is being sponsored by Tinubu. If I'm sponsored by Tinubu, why shouldn't I be talking about Tinubu on this show? Why should I be talking about Shure, or why should I be talking about other people that I believe in their ideology? Shure doesn't pay me. I've not spoken with Shure since after the election, but I still believe in what he represents. Do you understand it? It's about your belief. Our friends who are working with Tinubu, our friends who are working for APC and PDP, but I respect them for their choices. I'm not in that category. So, those of you asking for my contact because you want to support the show, see it on the screen. Alright, but I'll prefer that you do WhatsApp. If you want to call too, but let it be after the show. But if you want to reach out immediately, do WhatsApp so I can read it. Yes, Larry Safari, yeah, let them support the ministry. No, I can't ignore David Ubani. I cannot ignore one man went to Mo. I later suspect that he's only trying to pull my legs. On this same show, I suspect that 1 minute he's trying to pull my leg, the next minute he's trying to sound nice and all that. We have to accommodate everybody, mind you. If I were president of Nigeria, for instance, would I say because somebody criticizes me, I ban him or I kill him? or I expel him or I send him to exile? No. You have to accommodate everybody, make them understand the dream, bring them into the same body of family, and that's the idea of politics. That is the idea of democracy. That is the idea of governance. All right, and that is the idea of life itself. Because for God to have created people with different ideologies, different races, different languages, different tribes, different geographical locations, different parents, without consulting with them, it means life is about spicing up with varieties. So let us accommodate the varieties. I don't quarrel people. That's me. Samaya said, please answer my question. Is there any Pan-African movement in Nigeria apart from Niger Resistance? Niger Resistance, I think is Sheon Kuti's idea. All right. I think Niger Resistance is Sheon Kuti's movement, if I'm correct. Yes, it's strictly Pan-African. I'm also aware that there were some NGOs that are working with some Pan-Africanist ideas. My only problem with them, however, is that they are doing it just to attract donor fundings, after which they sway. All right, Samaya, they sway. All right, they don't stay on the idea, and that's where I have grouses with them. But there might be some that I have not yet, or that you also have not detected as so far, but we'll continue to identify them going forward. I think at this point we have tried tonight. Now can we go and rest? It's almost 11. Udoka and Zelu say, Shegun, I love this your series so much, and you are a real correct person, and I will definitely support this. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Festus Agbongia said this: Dear Shegun, I hardly contribute to vloggers like this, but I can see you're a smart guy, so I'm forced to make this little contribution. What is the objective? Oh, sorry, I can't read the full message, but that's the number to reach me in case there's need for us to contribute one to one. Just probably do WhatsApp message or call after this show so that we can talk better. One man says Sheon Kuti is the only decent Kuti out of the lots of them. The rest of them, especially, are just money grabbers. Well, they all have different roles. Femi Kuti built the shrine that a lot of people go to right today to remember the idea of Fela Kuti. He needed finance to have done that. If he didn't have finance, he probably would not have been able to do it. So I'm not justifying collecting corrupt money, but I'm not also privy to him collecting corrupt money to achieve it. But I think their roles are different. And TNI, I'm aware, is always works hard to ensure that the celebration organizing committee (FOC) meets constantly and plan the carnival or the festival every year. Um, yeah, it's not easy. So all of them have their respective roles. Sheon Kuti, on the other hand, is always making sure that the ideology of Fela resonates, while the celebration that they are organizing and all of things, these things continue. So all of them have their respective roles, and we have to respect that. All right. So I'm not also aware that there's any such rancor within the family that Sheon Kuti, because he's representing Fela's legacy and kind of with it, is having issues with the siblings. I'm not aware of such. So I think they all have their respective roles and they're kind on with their roles effectively, if you ask me. So first horse is asking what is the main objective of this my show. The main objective is for us to keep spirits together, to educate ourselves, to orientate ourselves, and to look at to sieve our views. Some of us have views that are confused. To sieve them well, when you filter something, you take out the dirt, the ones that are not relevant, you take them out, and you hold the one that is relevant, and you continue with it, and so that we can keep our spirit and body, souls, and life together. And then at the end of the day, we can accommodate more people and share the orientation and the vision with them about how we can begin to have African solutions to African problems, how we can be real and stop being fake, how we can get our country to start working again. Nigeria is done for as we speak right now. We all know, there's no question about it, but we can do something about it as individuals and collectively. That's the essence of this show. Chris Daniel says, hi Shegun, I've been watching your show for a while now and like what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris. I love everybody who at least understands what it's about. One man says, dude, it's a political discussion show. Is that not obvious? What sort of answer you're expecting from the guy? One man. Well, I'm writing noisemaker. Okay, you accuse me of making noise now. Now you're the noisemaker. I don't answer the person jejely. I don't answer Festus jejely. Yeah. I don't answer him jejely. You see, you shall want trouble, sha. Okay. We will appoint a class captain on this show. One man. Do you want to be the class captain? Anyways, I joke a lot. So family, it's a nice time with you people. My number once again for those that are joining late, and if you are not a regular on this show, you are joining for the first time, you want to subscribe to this channel, click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to click the notification bell, which is close to the subscribe button, so that anytime you are live, you can always get notification and you can join live immediately. So that it's most people join late because they are not aware. Click the notification bell if you have already subscribed, so that you can always join live. That's the number to reach me on WhatsApp after the show, or direct call if you care. And then okay, so my name is Shegun Olo, and this is also to tell people who are not already subscribed to this channel and our other social media channels. We are live on Facebook, the same name as Objective Media, as you can see on your screen now. My own name is Shegun Olo. The handle you can see there is this channel's handle on Instagram, on Twitter, Periscope, on Facebook, everywhere. Follow us on that handle. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I think it's fantastic so far. What do I leave you with? Where's Larry Safari? How have you been, my brother? Oh yeah, come and give us this one as a close now.
Oh yeah. I dey vex so.
Safari. On the door. I dey vex. I dey vex. Some they call me pagan. Then they say I be Satan. Cause I believe I be winner. truly believe in the church, oh, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, oh, me, I don't want to know. If you believing in the pastors, oh, as I don't want to know. If you believing in the imam, oh, me, I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself, oh, lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself, oh. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Listen now, Oyibo come deceive us. Then come bring that Jesus. Even the story about Jacob.